Welcome to Fightmaster Yoga, where it's not about the pose and you don't have to be perfect. Hi, I'm Leslie Fightmaster. Welcome back to my home. Today's class, fun-loving, full body yoga stretch, and we'll focus on the neck, the upper back, and the chest. Begin sitting up nice and tall. Close your eyes. Start to deepen your breath. If at any time when you're sitting and you're trying to settle in, but you just don't feel quite grounded, take one or both hands to the ground. If you've got a wood floor, that's even better. You can put your fingertips there. I have a rug. It works okay. It does help to make you feel more grounded, relaxed. So on our journey of the joy of living, today's tip is a quote by Rumi. Live life as if everything is rigged in your favor. Let's take our hands together in front of the heart, lifting the chest. May your practice connect you to your perfect self within, that perfect light that each of you has. And with that connection, remember, the universe has got your back. Releasing the hands, and let your eyes softly blink open. So let's switch the cross of the legs. Love to do that. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, sweep both arms out, around, and up. Soften around the neck. As you exhale, take your right hand down to the floor. Let your right elbow bend any amount and stretch. Then inhale, look up toward the ceiling. And then exhale, look down toward the floor. Once again, inhale up to the sky. Exhale down to the earth. As you inhale, bring your head to neutral and sweep both arms up. As you exhale, take the left palm down, let that elbow bend as much as you like. Stretch your right arm across. Inhale, turn your chin up. Exhale, turn it down toward the earth. And again, inhale, look up toward the sky. And exhale down toward your mat. As you inhale, make your way up again. As you exhale, take your right hand to your left knee and your left hand behind you. Lengthen, inhale. On your exhale, roll the left shoulder back and twist. Now, inhale creates length. Exhale, turning through the rib cage. Maybe bring your chin over your shoulder if you can. Deep breath. And then inhale, head to center. Exhale to unwind. Sweep both arms up, inhale. Find your left hand, take it to the right knee. Sit tall, lengthen on the inhale, and then start to twist on your exhale. So every inhale, lengthen up through the crown of the head. Every exhale, turning through the rib cage, rolling the right shoulder back, turning the chin toward the shoulder. Inhale, bring your head to center. Exhale, unwind. Bring your hands behind you and switch again. And now take your right ear toward the right shoulder. Bring your right hand and just let it rest. So we're not going to pull here, just a little extra weight. Soften that right shoulder. Left arm out and flex your wrist. And just breathe here and think a moment. What would you do if you knew that you could not fail? It's a good question to think about. If you knew you would succeed, what would you do? And then inhale, release, and come back to center. Exhale, left ear toward left shoulder. Left hand, it's not pulling, just a little extra weight. Relax that shoulder. Right arm out, flex the wrist. Now, of course, there's no guarantee that you won't fail. And if you do try whatever it is you've been thinking about, chances are there will be failure along the way. but everybody fails. The important thing is that when you fail, you move on. You pick yourself up and you keep going and you learn from whatever mistakes were made. And that is how you get to where you want to go. That and a clear picture of what it is. One more breath. And then inhale, come on back to center. As you take your next inhale, sweep your arms out, around, and up. Now, as you exhale, we're going to take them out shoulder height and reach through the arms. Then, you're going to bend your wrists and imagine you could touch your fingers to your forearms. And don't do that every day, huh? A little wrist work. Keep breathing here. Let your shoulders relax, but keep the crown of the head lifted. Take one more breath. And then palms face up. Inhale. Interlace your fingers at the top. Face your palms up. If they don't come up by the ears, keep them forward. Either way works. As you're reaching, soften around your neck and keep your ribs in. So one thing I can guarantee is that if you don't ever try, you will never get what you want. I know that for a fact. So, gotta take the leap, and then the safety net will appear. One more breath here, and release it. Good. Roll your shoulders back, and back, and back again. Inhale, sweep your arms out, around, and up once more. Interlace the other pinky, the funny one, in front. Exhale. Reach your arms up. They can always be forward. Soften around the neck. Pull your ribs and belly in. Lift up through your pelvic floor. And breathe. It's important to remember that when you create a clear vision of what you want, the universe conspires to rearrange itself to show you what to do next. So your path starts to become clearer. It's really cool. Take another breath. And release the arms. Good. Now, let's come on to hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips to begin. A couple rounds of cat and cow. So inhale, bring your chest through. Lift your chin and tailbone up. Exhale, round your back, chin toward chest. Pull your ribs and belly in and up. Lift your pelvic floor. And again, inhale. Bring your heart forward through the gates of the arms. Look up, lift your tailbone. Exhale, rounding the back, chin toward chest. Once again, inhale. Draw the shoulder blades gently toward the waist. Widen your chest. Exhale, pulling the ribs and belly in strongly. And then inhale to a neutral spine and take your hips back to your heels, but reach your arms forward. So take a breath in here. As you exhale, walk your hands over to the right and shift your hips to the left. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can place your left hand on top of the right, and that will increase. But remember, it's not about how deep you get into a stretch. Just give yourself a good stretch. Keeping the breath steady. One more round. And then walk it back to center. Inhale. Exhale to the left, hips to the right. And then option to put your right hand on top of the left. It will make it a little more intense. So that is totally up to you and how your body feels. So as you're here breathing, just take a moment to check in with your body. See how it's feeling. There's no judgment, it's just noticing. And then inhale, walk yourself to center. And exhale back to hands and knees, wrists under shoulders again, knees under hips. Now shift your hips to the right and then turn and look toward your right hip. You may or may not see it, but that's the idea. You're just going to look. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, hips to the left and look left. And inhale, center. Over to the right, looking right. Back to center, inhale. Exhale to the left, looking toward the left hip. And then make your way back to center again. Walk your hands about a handprint forward. Turn the inner elbows forward. Press into the thumb first finger side of the hand. Spread your fingers and stretch back, keeping your knees bent in a down dog. Now in this down dog, we'll keep the knees soft for a bit and then just moving your head. You can move it side to side, back and forth, circles, whatever feels good. And then keep stretching back, let your head just hang, and start to straighten out the right leg. Keep the left knee bent, and then switch them. Bend both knees one more time. Stick your tail right up in the air, give a little shake, and then start to stretch your heels down. Now pull in through your ribs, your belly, and lift up through your pelvic floor, and then come to plank as you inhale. Make sure the shoulders are still over your wrists. Now you can do this knees up or down, is totally your call. Shift forward, we're gonna lower all in one piece to the belly, really slowly. And then slide your hands back by your low ribs. Pull your belly up, lengthen butt to heels. Inhale for little cobra, pulling the hands toward the feet. And then lower down. Take a breath. Press all 10 toenails down onto the floor. The inner thighs lift up. Pull the belly in again, pubic bone down. Inhale, little cobra looking to the right, or you can do a higher cobra looking to the right. But pull both shoulders back. So turn your chin toward your right shoulder. Take a breath. And then head to center and lower down. And now once again, inhale to come up. A little cobra looking to the left, or a higher cobra looking to the left. Just make sure this right shoulder doesn't come forward. So pull both shoulders back and turn your chin toward your left shoulder. Keep your breath steady. And then chin to center and lower down. Tuck your toes under. You can keep your knees down onto the floor or up, is up to you. If you're taking the knees up, make sure to firm your leg muscles. Take a big breath in. Pull the ribs, belly in, lift the pelvic floor. Exhale, press up into plank. Breath here, inhale. Exhale, back into down dog. Take a long breath in. And then exhale everything out. Bend your knees, keep your hips high, lightly step or hop your feet forward. Then inhale, come halfway up and lengthen. And exhale, fold. Bend your knees as you need to. Little bend or a big bend. Or if you straighten, shift the weight toward the balls of your feet. Now, interlace your fingers and take them right to the base of your spine. Let your elbows be heavy. So you're using the weight of your arms to stretch out your neck a little. Take a breath here. And then let your arms hang down. Take your feet to hips width. And then just again, move your head. Bend the knees if you want to. Keep them straight. Turning side to side, front to back. Just move it. And now keep a little bend in your knees. Grab your hips with a nice long spine. Inhale to come up. And to the front of the mat. Let's take a sun salutation. So stand up nice and tall, lift your chest, pull your belly in, firm your legs. Make sure the outer edges of your feet are parallel, either together or hip socket distance. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge from your hip creases and fold forward. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen. Exhale to plank pose. Knees can be up or down always. Shift forward, hug your elbows in as you lower. Shoulders no lower than the elbows, please. And then inhale, cobra or into up dog. If you're in up dog, shoulders above wrists, thighs and knees up. And then lift the hips, stretch all the way back again to down dog. Take a couple breaths here. And now we're going to come onto the knees. And knees are hips width apart. And keep your knee and your hip in line. This pose is called Anahatasana, but one of my teachers used to call it old dog pose. So with the hips in line with the knees, you'll start to walk your hands forward. You can come onto the little pinky side of the hands because that'll help to spin your triceps down. Keep the arms shoulders distance and then just keep inching those hands forward any amount. Something might touch the floor and something might not. It doesn't matter. But pull in your belly a little bit here as well. And keep your breath steady. Take a couple long breaths. You can also have your palms flat if you'd rather. But keep the outer upper arms spinning toward the floor. The inner upper arms lifting toward the ceiling. Now to come out of this one, just walk, walk, walk your hands back. And keep them just in front of the shoulders for a quick down dog, tucking the toes and stretching back. Take your feet as wide as your mat and just stretch yourself back. You can even grab the sides of the mat, spin the inner arms forward and stretch back. Keeping your ribs and belly pulled in as best you can. And then we'll walk ourselves back. Hands shoulder distance, feet hips width, and come to the back. So step or hop and sit. Bring your hands behind you. Take your feet flat. Pull your belly in. Inhale, lift up. Reverse table. Now see if you can roll your shoulder heads back. And maybe your head will want to go back. It doesn't have to, but it's an option. Lengthen sitting bones to backs of knees. Lift your hip points up toward the lower ribs. And then come on down. And lower yourself to the floor. You can use your hands, or if you want to use your belly muscles, you can do it that way. Walk your feet as wide as your mat. Now take your knees over to the left. Take your arms out to the sides. Look over your right shoulder. And if you want to increase your twist, pick up your left heel and place it on your right leg just above the knee. And just breathe here. Now, let's release that. Feet still as wide as the mat. Inhale, knees to center. Exhale, take them to the right, look left. And then option to pick up that right heel and put it just above the left knee. And breathe here, turning your belly toward the ceiling. Now today, after your practice, I invite you to grab your little notebook and start to write down clearly the life that you want to live. Because that's part of the process, is being clear about what you want. And that way the universe knows where to direct you. Inhale, head to center. Release your knees back to center. Hug them into your chest for a moment. Lengthen your sitting bones toward the ground. And then make your way into your final resting pose. So lengthen your sitting bones, shoulder blades towards your waist. Let your feet flop open. Arms by your sides, palms facing up, and then just sink down into Shavasana. Allow yourself to rest. And remember, this is your story. This life is the story of you, so make it a good one. Quiet mind, quiet body, Shavasana. Our quote today comes from Agnes Nin. And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. Right where you are, take a slightly deeper breath in. As you exhale, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Begin circling your wrists and your ankles. Stretch your arms overhead as you take your next breath in. And now bend your knees, roll yourself onto your right. Pause there a moment. Take this moment to honor yourself. Remember, honor yourself frequently and constantly. Now use your left hand to make your way up. Your head comes last. Coming into your comfortable seat, sitting tall. Bring your hands together, Anjali Mudra. This is a mudra of reverence. Hands to your forehead, reminding you to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to your heart, reminding you to have clear and loving intentions. Hands to your mouth, reminding you to have clear and loving communication, sending positive energy out to all beings everywhere. Namaste. If you enjoyed your stretch today, you're going to love this one. I've gotten a lot of good feedback. And did you know that this class is part of my Hatha Yoga Joy 30-day program? For the whole program, click right here.